Hello. In 2014, the Languages Strategy, Finding Your Voice, was launched through the Catholic Education Commission of Victoria. Speak Up, the new languages strategy for Catholic schools in the Sandhurst Diocese, will provide programs, professional development and targets to support language programs in our schools from prep through to year 12.
St Mel's really revolutionised and changed the way we taught language, moving from LOTE, a language other than English, to actually languages, and seeing the benefits that languages have.
Bilingual children are much more aware of our language words that enables them to increase their own self-confidence and self-esteem.
There's been a bit of a common fallacy that we need to teach our children to speak English first before we teach another language. Well, in fact, it's the opposite way around. The children, especially our young children, are soaking up a second language and a third language, and it's supporting their understanding and knowledge of the English language.
Basically, I see my aim is to stimulate or to create a love of language, especially with primary. I work a lot with games, stories, songs, hands-on activities, which make it very enjoyable for the students.
We have an ideal of moving towards the CLIL model of implementation. We have a languages teacher that takes the children for a session each week. It's not seen as a standalone program.
I try to provide an engaging and enjoyable hands-on approach to promote the curiosity and the love of languages. The Languages Grant has been amazing. It's enabled me to provide such rich experiences for the students at St Monica's.
This year is our first year of doing Prep to 6, which really makes it inclusive for the whole school. We're using a lot more technology and trying to avoid just doing the traditional worksheet papers. Anything that's getting the kids interacting, talking, playing, that's being seen as the optimal delivery method of languages these days, which the kids are really enjoying, and I love teaching it.
Each classroom has their own French area and a French display, and that's continually updated and added to. So if the children are learning how to count in French, they are then put on display so the children are able to refer to them.
We can teach a unit of work in Italian, fully in Italian, but using mathematical concepts. One of the units of work we did last year was with our grade 5s and 6s. We did Cartesian points, but we did it in Italian. So we were learning the mathematical concepts, but we're doing it in the Italian language.
In the past, only our grade 3 to 6 students have been learning Indonesian. However, this year, our students from foundation to 6 engage in an hour of Indonesian lessons a week. So our goal is for languages to be learnt throughout every day of the school life rather than in isolation.
When we're teaching Indonesian here, we try to use as much of the target language as we can. We also use gestures to help with understanding the vocab that is being used. We video link when we do our language lessons, and in that way all the children are getting access to a language teacher. We use lots of song and games and chants and repetitive words.
We are fortunate enough that Ibu Kath also teaches PE here at St Mary's Inglewood, so she uses the Indonesian language in her instructions and teaching, and looking forward we are going to upskill our teachers so that they can then teach the children in literacy and numeracy all about the Indonesian language.
We have a prayer, which we say, a French prayer, and most of the students, especially in the higher grades, are able to say our prayer in French.
We have a unique opportunity to embrace the languages right throughout the curriculum and right throughout the classes. Children spend time doing languages with me, approximately an hour a week, and then the teachers actually follow up the program in their own class time as well.
We're trying to integrate languages into the classroom by upskilling the teachers into using everyday greetings, expressions, and even the classroom prayer. When I first started teaching, it was just teaching words actually, and lots of repetition. Things have changed where we're using words in context, rhymes, chants, lots of movement. The children tend to remember it more.
Each lesson they're excited to learn new things and take it home to their family and take it back to the classroom to teach their teachers as well.
Different activities in one lesson can be songs, can be reading a book, can be playing different games, and then can be some writing and colouring. Play with different flashcards, then do some translation, and then maybe play online quiz like Kahoot.
We also use another method called gesture, and gesture relies on using obviously hand gestures with some common and simple terms. For example, vieni, come, as well as then immersion, where we give the children as much as the language as we possibly can.
We're making our own interpretation of the Hungry Caterpillar, and this is a wonderful story which the children are familiar with in English, and they're now becoming familiar with words in Italian. They're able to take it home at the end of the term and actually, hopefully, sit down and be able to read it with both parents, other siblings.
The children really enjoy learning about how the French people react and act and their mannerisms.
Some of the activities I like doing in Indonesian are games and learning songs and actions to them.
Gajah. Semut serang gajah.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Cody, which in English is, hello, my name is Cody.
I like that Italian opens up doors, so if I travelled abroad, I'd be able to speak another language. It would be easy to learn languages like Spanish and Portuguese.
Our model this year at St Killian's has been to rotate the children around, all the classroom teachers and myself. I teach the language aspect, and in the classroom they learn other aspects of our target language, which is Indonesian.
Every child from foundation to year 6 has at least 1 hour of languages a week. Then they get 2 to 3 sessions in addition, and they're only short sessions, 15 to 20 minutes, where Alison, who is our languages Japanese teacher, goes in and visits the classrooms. Room teachers also learn the language as well.
It is important that languages go beyond the classroom, especially in this diverse community, that children actually appreciate other cultures.
Languages is a great bridge between cultural differences, and our children become very culturally aware and accept children regardless of where they're from.
My dream is that languages will be more present in the everyday teaching. At some stage, languages will be seen and recognized and be granted that importance as they need to be recognized with. And why not be a compulsory subject up to at least year 10 or maybe into VCE?
Catholic Education Sandhurst is dedicated to ensuring that every student has the opportunity to benefit from a fully integrated languages program.
My role is to gather all the experience of my colleague over and try to share this best experience.
Muchas gracias. Hasta luego, amigos. God bless.
Studiare le lingue è bello. Learning language is fun.